Hey Google, when was the first Pearl Jam album released?
The initial release date of 10 Redux was the 27th of August 1991.
Hello and welcome to AM Guitar with me, Anjay. Today we are looking at the 1991 from Funny Little Boxes. Now, Funny Little Boxes is a UK brand now. Funny Little Boxes was selling guitar pedals from kind of UK makers. Big thing being all pedals he was selling were under £100. He decided that he wanted to make one. So working with a few other UK guys, he designed and built the 1991. Now, anyone who is into grunge music and is of a similar age to me will know that 1991 was the year that 10 was released by Pearl Jam. And that is no coincidence, because this pedal has been specifically designed to capture the tone of Alive from 10. Which you'll see later, I think it does pretty well. What have we got? We have a really interesting dual gain circuit with a 3-band EQ. Gain 1 pushes into gain 2, and then you have the EQ after all of that. The idea being it is meant to try and capture that sound of a tube screamer hitting a Marshall style amp. So by using these two gain controls, you can control kind of how much of that overdrive push there is, how much of that amp sound there is, and generally get a lot of tones. But that's enough talking from me. Let's actually hear what this pedal sounds like in real life. So I've got my Jackson Monarch with actually early 2000 era pickup, so about the right sort of era. I've got a custom Seymour Duncan in the bridge, and I've got a Jazz in the neck. I've had these for a million years. Bridge pickup. Everything's at 12. Neck. So I'm actually getting Rage Against the Machine with the neck. And then on bridge pickup that. So really nice kind of natural sounding drive. If I turn off gain 1 and we'll just play around with the gain 2 setting. All the way off. Actually quite a lot of nice crunch. So just gain 2 on its own, you start to get loads of different variations. If I start to wind in gain 1, got everything back at 12 except for gain 1. Actually start hearing not just sort of the Alive sound, but also, so I mean that's kind of a... I'm also getting Green Day out of this. we just wind everything up all the way to max. A little bit of noise, but you've got 2 gain circuits. So as you wind the gain 2 up, you start getting the more kind of the more ampy distortion. As you push it with gain 1, you get the thicker distortion. So palm muting becomes a little bit more aggressive. So if I take out gain 1, wind gain 1 all the way up, which leads me to want to play with the EQ. So I've left the EQ flat now. We have, rather uniquely for a £100 pedal, we have a full 3-band EQ. And I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to pull all the mids out and just see what we're left with. So with mids full, you get a really sort of cutting distortion. And you roll them out, getting that muddy scoop, and you push in a little bit of the treble. Put a bit of bass in there as well. Now don't be wrong, it's going to get lost in the mix doing that, but it sounds great. There we have Soundgarden in there as well. I could play with this all day. There are so many different settings, so many different things you can do with it. One of the things that I wanted to show off is if we put everything back to whence it came. And we roll back the volume on the guitar. It responds amazingly to the guitar volume. So for me, as somebody who plays a lot of blues, a lot of hard rock, this set, everything pretty much at 12 o'clock, will cover everything I play just with the volume control. And because the pedal's very quiet, you can just about hear it, you can push the gain up on it and use it for leads. and all that good stuff. So just an absolutely outstanding drive pedal. You can buy them for £100-ish. I mean, they're going on eBay for about $350 at the moment. But there is a long waiting list. I mean, the Q Guards were at $1,500 at one point. I actually bought this as B stock, so they released B stock at the beginning of each month at a slight discount. So I bought this as B stock and couldn't be happier. And by B stock, I think there's a scratch on the bottom of the enclosure, and that's it. So it looks good, sounds incredible, really good value for money. Can't fault it. Go and grab one if you can. You won't regret it. Let me know what you think. Do you think it captures those Pearl Jam tones, those grungy tones? And these are the tones I grew up with in reality. Nirvana, Green Day, Pearl Jam, Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, all that lot. And I think it actually captures the tones I was trying to get when I was playing back then, but modernises them so that I've got more flexibility with it. So yeah, cracking pedal. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers.